Sorry, I wanted to use one of those toys that, you know, you're blowing them and then they unroll and it's just like... But I know that I have them somewhere, but I couldn't find them. So sorry. Anyway, I don't think they really care about that because I'm finally reviewing the Captain Underpants movie. Released way back in June. Half a year ago. So to celebrate season 2, episode 200, I'm finally going to review the movie that you guys have been waiting for an unnecessarily long amount of time. But thank you so much for being so patient. I'm wondering if at this point you even care if I review it anymore, but like, thank you all for like not like complaining. I mean, I wish I could say that I filmed this in a better mood because I've been at 367 subscribers forever, but I did just watch the Lego Batman movie and that was a pretty great movie. So, oh wait, I'm at 368, never mind. Wait, I'm at 368. Okay, yeah, okay, let's get right into it. Oh, and hey, what's up guys, it's probably not my favorite YouTuber. Forgot to say that. Okay, let's get on with it. Bill, you know how at the top it sometimes says DVDs plus Blu-ray or DVD plus Blu-ray 3D? Well, this just says DVD plus digital HD. Okay, yeah, digital HD, okay. Well, I mean, not that creative a disc cover, but then again, it is blue. It's like the cover of the first book was. Looks clean enough. Let's just put it right in there then, and... I'm still watching The Big Bang. A commercial for Boss Baby? I tried watching that movie, but it sucked. Well, I don't know, maybe you like it out. Ooh, is this a Batman movie? Oh, wait. Or is it a Spider-Man movie? Wait, what is this? What is this? Huh? Aw, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Who is this? This isn't the kid from the other movies? Oh, cool movies. Start with the disc menu. Okay, I thought it was actually starting the movie for a second. Sorry, I just watched the Lego Batman movie. I just told you, I got that kind of stuck in my head. Anyway, the movie starts out with a pretty realistic looking picture of the moon until it zooms out and you notice that it's slightly animated. Oh wait, this is the logo, never mind. What is that? Oh, never mind. This is the beginning of the movie, isn't it? Haha, shush. Cool. Yeah. Didn't they said a far time ago in a galaxy long away? I mean, that's what Dave Hilke, George and Harold did in their origin story for Captain Underpants in book 5. I'm not sure exactly how much of this I'm allowed to show because of copyright reasons, you know, but I'm not gonna lie. This comic that they're showing right here is actually pretty funny. Basically, it's like if they tried to do the Superman origin story, but they had to cram it in to the length of a minute. So they just had all the actors having to run around and normally do their stuff as if they don't really care about what they're doing. They're just like, they got some underwear and then they pulled him back and they shot him into space and he's like, Godspeed, whatever his name was. Oh, they were so hard on that. Well, I guess I could use tape, or I don't know. They make tons of comics. They worked so hard on that. Wait, the kids have superpowers? Huh. Okay, just can't. I was just trying to make a joke. Jeez. Wait, you got more ideas. Can't you just write the origin issue again? I mean, like, isn't it just as much work? I mean, like, making a new idea would have the process of making a new idea. Isn't that more work? I don't know. So Principal Crump, I don't know. I've been calling him Crump throughout the entire series until like someone told me it's pronounced Crump and it like blew my mind. I was like, but I've always called him Crump. I don't want to start changing his name. Well, I know that's not changing his name, it's changing how I pronounce his name, and I know that means that, but he's mean anyway. Okay, anyway. And then we just pretty much cut straight to the first scene from the trailer where you know, he's like just kind of staring at them and he's like, should we just leave and see what happens? And then, you know, he presses the button and the door comes out and George's like, wow, that's an expensive door. And Hill's like, And yeah, it pretty much happens the exact same way that you've seen it in the trailer, except it's kind of like that scene extended edition. Holy crap, at least the people who made this movie knew that they had to make Mr. Crump whatever sound pretty bad right off the bat. So Mr. Crump says how they've been responsible for all these pranks and they show a montage of all the pranks. I have no idea how they did that one where the chair springs her into the air. I refuse to believe that basketball the gym teacher uses is gum. It's gotta be something else. How would Mr. Crump/Krupp fall for that and go into the woman's washroom? He belongs to the school. How would he not know it by now? And also, how'd they do that water fountain one? How do you reprogram a water fountain? Never mind cause the whole thing to come out of the wall and stuff. Yeah, I know, right? So anyway, what? Just eating an apple? Is that weird? Okay, anyway, they do a pretty good job. They do a pretty good job at getting whoever's watching this on the kids' side, because they're not even showing any motivation for this. They're just making the school seem like an awful place. I mean, I guess what's supposed to be is that it's just like the books. They want the kids watching the movie, because like all kids, well, maybe not all of them, but the majority of kids don't like school, so they claim it to be like a prison and stuff like that. So they want the movie to be just like the books, making their school seem like a literal prison. I mean, like, it's not literally a prison, but like they want it to make it seem really bad, so that when people look at their school and they think, it's not that bad. I mean, like, don't worry, don't make this too afraid for you to watch the movie if you're worried that the images are too bad. I mean, like, it's not that bad. Just like a kid like goes into his locker and locks himself in there, and one of the kids is like drawing the days on, but like there's no like really depressing music. I mean, there is depressing music, but like it's not like creepy. I don't know, just this is a kids movie about a guy wearing underwear who's a superhero. Come on. Nothing bad happens, don't worry. I reached a bruise in my apple. Well, at least one kid in this class is having fun. This movie wants to make it at least seem like the treehouse that George and Harold belong to is a really complicated process to open, when really all it is just tilt the bucket and then pull the ladder down, which is something that an adult could do easily. Whoa, references to book 9 already? And we're like, how are we? We're not even 10 minutes into the movie yet. You can tell there's nothing but blank pages up ahead. Feel free to leave your fanfictions on what happened next in the comments. Wow, that scene actually literally took 3 takes, because the first time instead of me saying blank, I said black. And then the second time instead of me saying comments, I said comics. So, what, I'm eating a sandwich, is that weird too? But anyway, so they're singing this song about Saturday, and then in one line they say Monday is an eternity away. Both literally and figuratively, that is never true. We all know that on Saturday you're all excited and stuff, and then Monday like seems to happen after like 5 minutes of it, and you just wake up and you're just like, oh yeah, it's Friday, or oh yeah, it's Saturday, or oh yeah, it's Sunday, or oh crap, it's Monday. So they have to go to this. They have to go to school for an invention convention thing on Saturday, which I'm surprised the parents even make them go to if they're willing to allow them to watch TV all day on Saturday. But it's just this scene where they're walking like zombies towards the school. Don't worry, it's not dramatic. It's just a hilarious little scene. Okay, I gotta say that's pretty cool. Jordan Harold saving this whole thing by making toilet paper come out of the machine. But how they make the disco music and stuff, well, maybe the music is just in the movie, but how they made the lights come up, I have no idea. I mean, they must be pretty smart to know how to make that to work when all they had access to was the very back of the Turbo Toilet 2000. So why don't they just pass their exams? I guess they're only smart in that sort of thing, you know, technology. Like, why in school do we learn, like, math and science and, like, We're never gonna use that in real life. Like, teach us stuff that might actually help us, like this stuff. They try to trick you into thinking that the movie's over, even though they know that it obviously isn't, because Cameron Underpants hasn't made a single appearance yet. Well, yes, I know that Mr. Crump/Krupp has made an appearance, but he hasn't made an appearance as Cameron Underpants yet. I'm trying to say in this scene that Mr. Crump has apparently never smiled in front of them before, despite the fact that he's clearly smiling in this scene right here. Okay, so busting George and Harold basically goes exactly the same as how you see it in the book, but Mr. Crump just tosses Melvin a credit. And if you're not in high school yet, then you probably don't know what a credit is. A credit is, you know, in high school, you have to get 30 credits to pass high school, and a credit is like a subject. So like math, once you get through math and the subject is over, then you get your credit, and then you need 30 credits to pass through high school. You got 4 years to do it. But you can't just chuck a credit like that. That's not how it works. So Mr. Crump/Krupp says that he's gonna place them in separate classes, which, as I said in my reaction to the trailer, they stole from the 11th book. Well, I'm not sure if they stole. I mean, when were they making this movie? Was it roughly at the same time? I don't know. Dave Pilkey was probably fine with it. He probably saw the final copy of the movie before they released it. But they're acting like it's ruining their friendship when it's not. They're still going to be able to see each other, right? Oh, there's a subplot where Mr. Mr. Crump slash Crump and Miss Anthrope thing like each other, but and then they have a nice little joke about how, you know, like marriage kind of ends like liking each other. I don't know. It's kind of a joke that older people would kind of get.
The lowest floor, the darkest basement where only toy prizes dare be made, exists the most powerful item ever to be found in the box of frosted sugar noodles.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty funny.
Are now a chicken.
Whoa, I don't know if that's a creepy smile or if it's just kind of adorable. Wow, talk about a traumatic first image for the first appearance of Captain Underpants. What the frick? Right, so they figure out that, you know, flashing water outside making goes back to Mr. Crump slash Crump, the principal. I'm just gonna call him the principal from now on, and then Snapping goes and turns him back into Captain Underpants again. But then they start doing it like over and over again, and it's some pretty stuff like that. But you begin to wonder, like, wouldn't that be causing sincere damage to his brain, like constantly being dehypnotized and hypnotized again? Right, so their plan is that when the principal tries to put them in separate classes, they snap their fingers, and this is probably damaging my superpowers, me to snap my fingers and it doing nothing. But, so, and then they're just gonna snap their fingers and turn them into Captain Underpants and then all the problems go away. But how often are you expecting, like, how is that gonna work? That's a stupid plan, that's never gonna work. Movies are doing a pretty good job at right now making fun of themselves. Like the principal slash Captain Underpants takes up the water gun. He's like, this would be interesting to put my eye up to. Because seriously, why do they always take guns and put their eye up to them in movies? Or TV shows or books, or whatever for that matter. I believe that Captain Underpants was released this year. You know Logan? Do you realize that was released this year? Do you realize that the Lego Batman movie was released this year? It feels like forever ago. I give this movie props though for seeming like a movie for all ages, because while it does make fun of adults as the way that kids see them, like adults seem to be angry all the time for no or little reason, but they're making fun of kids in the way that adults will see it too. They're just like, this is that the only thing I will eat is pizza, chicken nuggets, and buttered noodles. Buttered noodles? I've never liked buttered noodles. Anyway, and as soon as another child has a toy, I want that toy lobe. I never got that. Fidget spinners. Somehow I ended up with 4 of them. I'm not even interested in them. So they find out that Professor P, he gets a new science teacher thing because Captain Underpants is dumb at being a principal, and then they find out that his last name is Poopy Pants, and they celebrate in the same way that basically I do when I get another subscriber, slash one of my favorite YouTubers upload a new video, slash that time when it turns out that David Bradley was playing the first Doctor in Doctor Who. Spoilers, I mean, you already knew that was happening, and even not, then if you're just, I don't know. But then they start acting like it's a weakness. Like, no, it's not a weakness. I gotta say though that while they pretty much put no motivation for why the teachers and principal are kind of just overall jerks to the kids, they do a brilliant job as an origin story for the motivation of Professor Poopy Pants. Go watch the movie if you want to figure it out, although I have a feeling that you can figure out what it is already. Scene where Professor Poopy Pants just goes into the road and gets hit by a car, which is pretty random if you didn't notice that he's standing on a road. If you noticed it, then it's not that funny because you knew that it was coming. But then he gets hit by it 2 more times, and on the 3rd time he's like, well, I'll admit that's surprising. No, it wasn't. Comedy normally comes in 3s anyway. Well, that's one way to make fun of your rival. Rotten Tomatoes is a website where they rank movies on how good they are, and if they're really good then they call it fresh, and if it's not then they show that it's rotten and stuff like that. So Rotten Potatoes, Rotten Tomatoes, you get it. Maybe it was supposed to be surprising that he ended up in the ice cream truck and then uses it as a secret hideout. What happened to the person driving? I don't know, maybe I missed it. So it's kind of gross what he finds out about Melvin is that the section in his brain that makes him find things funny apparently isn't there. He says the line that you have no sense of humor like a chair or a supermodel. Again, another joke that probably only older people would get. If you're a kid and you understand that, then good for you. Props. Right, so let's see how many of these teachers I can get. Okay, left or right. That's Mr. Misguided. I don't know. It's the black teacher from book 5. I'm not racist. I'm just saying that to describe his appearance. Miss Ribble, definitely. I would say that that's Miss Anthro, but it's not. I know her too. It's in a book somewhere. Then it's, I don't know, then it's Mr. Meaner, and then it's a guy who I feel like I should know, but I don't. Oh, dang it. Leave the answers in the comments. I'm sorry, halfway through the carnival scene, it starts making no sense. So he's constantly turning from principal to Captain Underpants over and over again, because he set up a carnival for the children, and of course a lot of the areas have to do with water, so he has to keep on splashing with water. There's a scene where like he catches on fire, so then they have to splash him with water to put out the fire, and that's not immediately afterwards. Gotta stop doing that. But like, it's so simple. They just gotta keep on snapping their fingers. Why don't they just snap their fingers and then play the recording on loop while constantly having it to his ear? So then he has a parachute, which I guess he had in the back this whole time. And then it starts raining. The class is from book 8, where, you know, he can't change it back to normal. But, like, also, like, when he was being splashed with water earlier, it's not like it evaporates instantly. And plus, then he goes, and then, plus when it starts raining, it's just like, oh no, we're stuck. No, because the next scene immediately takes place inside. And they don't snap their fingers again for some reason. I guess maybe because they realize that they took it too far. Also, there's this scene where they get super hyper with sugar, and then for a few seconds they act like it's going to be like a big deal and it's going to be a problem or it's going to give them superpowers or something, but then they just, all of a sudden they're calm again almost immediately afterwards when the principal and Captain Underpants get out of control. That was just a little funny gag for the viewers. So George and Harold get reunited when they happen to go to the bathroom at the exact same time because they notice the turbo toilet outside, and they're the only ones who notice it for some reason because that's how it has to work. So Professor Poopans zaps everyone with a ray that makes them not find things funny, and George and Harold dodge it by getting down. Okay, I get it, it's only going through the window, but not every child's gotta be at the window, right? And this makes no sense! And then they snap their fingers, Mr. Crump back in Underpants. Why didn't they just do that the second that they stepped inside if water evaporates that quickly? In Wicked Science Season 2, when you want to dodge something, all you have to do is get low to the ground. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. Wicked Science is a brilliant show. I might review it someday in the future. They try to put Flip-O-Rama into this movie, but I'm sorry, I gotta say it. It's stupid. They should have just left it. They're just saying how, like, it's expensive to show it in live action. Well, I guess animation. No, it isn't. You have enough to make everything else to one. They have nice little references when George and Harold are trying to make him, Professor Poopants, feel better by his name. And they're like, we could have names like that. I'll be Fluffy Toilet Nose and Cheeseball Waffle Fanny like they did in book 4. And then George says that he'll change his to, like, Butt Cheeks Von Stinglesberg. Is that like a really popular name? Is that like, you know, like a lot of people have a name like that, so they would most likely have a name like that in this chart? No, never mind. There's a nice little look at the charts if you need them again. So how George and Harold fight Professor Poopants has some nice callbacks to the beginning of the first film, and then, as it turns out, instead of Captain Underpants going back to the principal, back and how it went in the first and the original second book, he gets superpowers from being in the Turbo Toilet 2000 because reasons, and oh no. Oh, don't tell me he's gonna be all super muscle and stuff like this. Oh my god, oh no, no. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, now that scene was in the trailer, but in the trailer, they weren't surrounded by all that lip balm. I know, right? There's a scene when the Shrink/Grow Ray, which isn't a Shrinky Pig 2000 or Goosey Grow 4000, but it's just one machine, and it doesn't look like either of them, but they make the school small and Harold's hand big again like they did in the 4th book, so I'll let it slide. But then there's a scene when it goes around and starts making everything small and big, and then Harold and George just get themselves back to normal, and then they destroy the machine. What about all the stuff that it randomly fired? Yeah, slap your foreheads, but it's not just the school. What about everything that the machine randomly zapped? That was a nice tidy ending with a nice little sorta not really cliffhanger. If they make a sequel, it's totally not going to pick up from this cliffhanger. But no plans for a sequel. They probably won't even make one. I mean, like, this movie was great. Leave It While It's Great instead of those pointless people like Frozen 2 and Sing 2 releasing in 2021. Why are they announcing movies being released in 2021? I don't know, DC are announcing movies coming out in like 2040 probably. This is actually a pretty catchy song. Don't want to be copyrighted. So, this was the hype was built for years. I remember when I was thinking, like, and there was like a rumor that Jordan Howell was going to be in grade 9 when this movie would come out, and I was just like, huh, well, I will be in grade 9 when this movie comes out. And at that time it was in January, and June it still technically is, but now I'm in grade 10 when I first saw it on this DVD. But anyway, so I guess the next movie on the hype train is the Five Nights at Freddy's movie coming out probably never at this point, I don't know. But anyway, so was it good? Yeah, go check it out. This video is really long. I'm sorry, I gotta wrap it up. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like so that I know that you enjoyed. If you didn't like, please leave a dislike so that I know that you did enjoy it. Leave a comment down below if you liked it. Tell me why, because it feels awesome. Get some motivation and encouragement. If you didn't like it, please leave a comment down below saying why you didn't like it. So thank you for next time. Otherwise, won't be able to improve and just gonna treat you just like as if we were like and subscribe so that you know when my next video comes out. Thanks again so much for watching, and as always, I will see you next time. Bye bye. I hope that this video was well worth the wait, just as I hope this movie was for you guys as well. Bye bye.